Now at 6, the battle over border enforcement in Texas continues today as the controversial Senate Bill 4 is blocked from going into effect once again. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on your ABC Big 2 News at 6. I'm Mike Mahoney.
And I'm Madeline Bierster. Just last night, a U.S. federal appeals court again blocked the bill from going into effect just hours after the Supreme Court cleared the way for the state to start enforcing it. Now today, that same appeals court is hearing oral arguments on the law, which would allow Texas law enforcement to arrest and deport those suspected of crossing into the state illegally from Mexico, regardless of federal law or nationality. The Biden administration argues that the law infringes on the federal government's ability to enforce the border, with other critics claiming it will promote racial profiling. The bill does come with certain criteria, though, to even detain someone.
But what we don't want is persons of color to be targeted for no other reason than the color of their skin.
I think it's the right policy for the state of Texas. We have to have a secure border.
I think it would be fair to interpret it as a law never intended on incarcerating people and a law intended really to deter people.
Conservative Supreme Court justices have declined to intervene on the law, saying the court will look at the case after the appeals court makes a decision. Meanwhile, Mexico has condemned the Texas law, with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs vowing not to accept any deportations made by Texas under any circumstances. And we've heard both praise and critiques from various local groups and officials on that bill.
That's right. Local State Representative Brooks Landgraf spoke to us to discuss why Texas legislators felt it was necessary to enact this bill and how he thinks the court battle will ultimately end.
We clearly have a chaotic situation along the border because of inaction by the Biden administration, and SB4 is simply allowing the state of Texas to do the federal government's job for them. What we're doing here in Texas is doing a lot to protect Americans all over the country. I mean, this is a fight that we are fighting against drug cartels, against human traffickers. I do think that ultimately, based on the signal that the Supreme Court sent yesterday, that there is some sympathy for, the fact that Texas is simply just trying to secure the border.
Local Hispanic activist Carol Uranga says they don't support anyone who's illegal or who has broken the law, but they say with SB4, local police will be able to stop anybody.
There's going to be a lot, like I said, a lot of discord, and people are going to resist because you're going to be accusing me of being illegal because of the way I look, or you don't even have to get a ticket. You're going to have to prove you're a U.S. citizen.
The City of Midland has released a statement on the matter saying, quote, the MPD and City of Midland will wait on the courts to decide whether Senate Bill 4 may be enforced before making any statements on its implementation, end quote. Now, at last check, the courts are still holding hearings on that bill.
That's right, and another hearing on the merits of the case is scheduled for April 2nd. And we're going to continue to follow the latest developments from the courts concerning this border enforcement bill, both on air and online at yourbasin.com.